England edge India in thriller as World Cup dream Teeters, a tale of nerves, missed chances, and unfinished business. Endor lit up for Diwali, turned from festival to heartbreak in a matter of overs. India's women chasing 289 to stay alive in the ICC Women's ODI World Cup seemed on course for a famous victory, poised at 234 for 4, with Smriti Mandhana and Deepti Sharma calmly steering the innings. But what followed was a collapse as sudden as a blown fuse, a familiar nightmare replayed from 2017 when composure deserted them in sight of glory. In the end, England, led by the ever-cool Heather Knight's century and Lindsay Smith's nerveless late spell, snatched a 4-run win that sealed their semi-final spot and left India's campaign in tatters. Cricket bat and ball night's composure, Silverbrunn's class, and England's platform. England's 288 for 8 was a masterclass in balance, built on patience, precision, and captaincy nous. Heather Knight's 109 anchored the innings after a shaky start, steering her side from 63 for 2 to dominance. Her partnership with Nat Silverbrun, 56, was classic England, low risk, high reward, and technically immaculate. Knight was all grace and grit, sweeping, reverse sweeping, and maneuvering India's spinners at will. Deepti Sharma, for 51, was the only Indian bowler who consistently threatened her variations, keeping the batters guessing. England were cruising at 253 for 3 before another minute collapse saw them lose 5 wickets for 35 runs, a wobble that could have cost them dearly. But Knight's tempo ensured they crossed 280, and that would prove just enough. Explosion. Symbol India's chase, fire, flare, and frustration. Smriti Mandhana began cautiously but blossomed into form, her 88 an exhibition of poise under pressure. Harmanpreet Kaur, after a scratchy start, unfurled vintage strokes, the flicks, the lofted drives, a commanding presence that has defined her best innings. Together they added 125 for the third wicket, India's highest stand of the tournament. At 227 for 3, the equation, 57 needed all 57 balls, looked straightforward. The crowd, electric and hopeful, roared with every boundary. The lights of Diwali flickered in celebration. Victory, it seemed, was only a formality. Then came the turn. Harmanpreet fell to Silverbrun, guiding one tamely to short third. Mandhana, sensing the need to finish things quickly, lofted Smith straight to long off. Rika Ghaisha's mistimed drive and Deepti's rash slog followed, leaving India's low order exposed and trembling. It wasn't lack of skill. It was lack of calm. The same recurring story, a promising start, a middle-order surge, and a finish lost in panic. Tactical missteps, India's selection gamble backfires. In dropping Gemma Rodriguez for an extra seamer, India gambled on swing over stability. It didn't pay off. Renuka Singh bowled only 4 overs and went wicketless. The absence of a steady middle-order batter meant India's chase was always 1 wicket away from chaos. Questions will also be raised about the batting order. Why was a Manjot core held back to the 48th over? Why was there no clear finisher strategy despite the experience of Snehraner and Deepti? The psychological scars of close defeats are now beginning to show. As one commentator aptly noted, India don't lose matches, they surrender momentum. Broken heart Mandhana's admission. Emotions took over. Post-match, Smriti Mandhana was visibly emotional. We were there. It was our game to lose, and we did just that. I needed to be calmer. Emotions took over. Her words echoed through a quiet Indian dressing room. Harmanpreet, too, looked distraught but firm. We've been in these positions before. It's time we finish better. The semis aren't gone yet, but we've made it harder for ourselves. Trophy England's excellence under pressure. Heather Knight, beaming after being named player of the match, credited her team's resilience. We've played a lot of close games recently. The key was composure. We managed to stay cool when things got tight, and that's what wins tournaments. Lindsay Smith, whose final overs choked India's scoring, has emerged as England's quiet hero. 10 overs of unflappable precision, just 38 runs, and 2 priceless wickets. Left pointing magnifying glass the broader picture, India's mental block and crunch games. This defeat, India's third straight in the tournament, wasn't about ability, it was about belief. The team has the talent. Manhattan's flair, Harmanpreet's fire, Deepti's all-round balance, but repeatedly in tight finishes they've faltered under pressure. Since 2017, India's women have lost 8 ODIs by margins of 10 runs or fewer, more than any other top 5 team. The pattern is unmistakable. This is a mental game now. As India face New Zealand next, qualification hopes still hang by a thread. But beyond points and permutations, it's confidence that must be rebuilt. Verdict: England clinical, India contradictory.
And every heartbeat feel the roar. With bat and ball, we're legends born. Colors bright, the picture light. For India, we'll always fight. From Delhi to the coastlines wide, the cheers are loud like ocean's tide. Every swing of hopes we chase, victory shines on every face. Shala India rising high, underneath the painted sky. With every chant the spirits soar, creating hearts forevermore. Spinning dreams like stars at night, swinging beams pure dynamite. Feel the blazing glory's flame, every playing of a name. Unity in every crowd, voices strong and spirits proud. Together we ignite the spark.